Well, hi, hello, namaskar. Myself Mahesh Prasad from Department of Physics. As you know, well, dear students, we are in a chapter that is nothing but kinetic theory. Under this particular concept, we have discussed many concepts in the first part. That is like we have discussed postulate of kinetic theory, as well as we have seen some microscopic understanding, which is based on your kinetic theory, like the basic concept by using Boyle's law, Charles law and Gay-Lussac law. And today we'll discuss one of the topic that is nothing but expression of pressure of an ideal gas. In a sense, we have taken one cube over here which is filled up with the gas molecules like ideal gas molecules. Obviously, for time being, I will take an imaginary cylinder and it looks somewhat like this. The imaginary cylinder I have taken over here, which is having area of cross section as A. Now I take one molecule for a time being. This is the molecule where it is moving with the velocity v for a time being one velocity, because in a particular case we can expect velocity can move, or electron can move, or molecule can move in a random in motion. So instead of getting in a random motion, I will resolve into three different components. That is nothing but let us say this is along the x-axis, and this could be along the y-axis, and this could be along the z-axis. So if we have one molecule which is moving with the velocity v in the sense, I can resolve into three different components. There is nothing but the velocity along the x-axis, that is vx, velocity along the y-axis, that is vy, velocity along the z-axis, that is a vz I can expect. So this is a basic resolving of component we can take over here. And now imagine one molecule. There is one molecule which is moving with the velocity vx along the x-axis. Now what happens here is that whenever your molecule is moving along the x-axis, all the molecule which comes under along the x-axis are taken as vx as of its velocity. Now, don't you think whenever the particle are moving, it experiences a momentum as well? What do you mean by momentum, by the way? Momentum, which is nothing but mass into velocity. This is a basic formula we have to remember. And now, whenever your molecules are all the molecules which is there in a particular cube, if it moves, and when at the time of hitting or at the time of striking on the surface of the wall, which bounce back with some velocity, which means according to the theory which is studied under the postulate of kinetic theory of gases, the molecule when it hit on the wall, it should be elastic collision. What do you mean by elastic collision? It is if the for example, if one particle which is having some particular velocity, once that particular mass of the object or particular mass of the molecule, if it is moving with some velocity, then when after hitting this particular wall, if it bounces back with the same velocity, then we can say that collision is elastic collision. What do you mean by elastic collision, by the way? If its velocity is not going to change after striking out any kind of wall, then we can say that particular collision is elastic collision. Especially in the particular case, we can expect collision is elastic collision, in the sense, if this particle, if it strikes on the surface of A and if it bounces back with the same velocity, then we can say that collision is elastic collision. Almost all the cases we are assuming that the collision of the gas molecule inside the cubical vessel is a elastic collision. Well, if it is so, don't you think what would be the initial momentum of the molecule which is moving along OX? For time being, if I take this is the point O and this is the point along the x-axis, what would be the initial momentum I can take? I can take that is nothing but m into vx. M into vx I can take, the mass into velocity your momentum over here. Similarly, what would be the final momentum I can expect once it moves after taking up elastic collision, which is moving back to its same path in opposite direction. So since your momentum is a kind of vector quantity, minus m into vx is comes into picture over here, correct? Now what would be the change in momentum I can expect over here? The change in momentum, that is delta vx, which is equal to mvx minus of minus mvx. Altogether I can expect 2mvx, correct? Well, this is what exactly we can expect under the concept of your change in momentum. And similarly, if your particle or a molecules which is moving with some distance, what could be the distance which is covered by your molecule within a time t I can take? The basic formula we know, that is nothing but velocity is equal to displacement by time with respect to distance generated velocity into time, correct? Since for time we have taken velocity of the molecule which is moving in the x-axis, so I can take length of the cylinder can be taken as Vx into delta t, that is the velocity into time. So similarly, what would be the volume of the cylinder I can take? What would be the volume I can take? The area into length. This is the length I can expect. So the area into Vx into delta t can be the total volume of the cylinder I can take. The total volume of the cylinder I can take, area into length. Length is nothing but Vx into delta t. Well, similarly, since number of molecules per volume, so this is nothing but number of molecules per volume. Also, the number of such molecules in the cylinder, there are a number of molecules I can expect which is moving along the x-axis. So now I can take it as m into a into vx into delta t, and the number of molecules which is hitting at a, in the sense, for example, if we have 100 molecules, in that if I assume first 50 of the molecules are moving towards the wall and the remaining 50 are coming back after striking out a particular wall. So which means what would be the average I can take? I can take only the half of the molecules are moving towards the wall and remaining the molecules are bouncing back with respect to its initial position. So similarly, I can take, it is half into n into a into v the x subscript into delta d I can expect. So this is the number of molecules hitting area A. Which is area? This is the area I can take. This is the area I have taken. This is the area. Now, what would be the total change in momentum of all the molecules in the delta t? Now, what is the change in momentum in one molecule? This is the change in momentum in one molecule. Write that is the 2mvx into what I can write? Number of molecules due to one molecule, that is nothing but this. So I can take it as number of molecules. There is a number of molecules, that is half n a Vx into delta t. Now, one more relation you have to remember. If Px is the pressure exhibited of a gas molecule along x-axis, what is the formula we know, by the way? First we find a force. What do you mean by force I can expect? F equal to m into a. We know F which is equal to m into a, but A's acceleration can be rewritten as what? Acceleration can be rewritten as m into velocity with respect to time. So mv is equal to this, and this mv can be replaced by this momentum. So I can write F which is equal to p by t. Are you getting this? The rate of momentum can be force as well. So if it is so, one more relation you have to remember, that is nothing but well, first we'll write F value. F which is equal to delta px divided by the delta t, which is equal to delta px for the value you have got 2 will get cancelled. Then what is remaining? that is nothing but Nm, that is Vx whole square into A into delta T divided by delta T. And delta T will get cancelled, and we know what is the pressure which is equal to force per unit area. So F by A, if I take, which is equal to, that is Nm Vx whole square into A divided by A will get cancelled, or the Px which is equal to, what I can write, Nm Vx square. So this is the basic concept we can remember. And if I speak about in terms of the average velocity along x-axis, y-axis and z-axis, I can take, that is nothing but the general value. If I speak, that is nothing but the V average can be taken as Nm into Vx bar whole square, where Vx bar indicates the average velocity of the molecules along x-axis, and similarly I can speak, that is, if I want to write Py is equal to, that is M into N Vy whole square bar, and Pz is equal to Mn Vz whole square bar. So where bar which indicates what? Bar which indicates that is nothing but average velocity along x-axis. So this is a basic concept you have to remember, that is a Px, Py and Pz. Now what is my question here is that, what could be the total pressure? If I speak about the total pressure, don't you think all the pressure Px which is equal to Py, so I can write Px which is equal to Py which is equal to Pz which is equal to P, I can write. Yes or no? So if I want to get the total average pressure in a particular cubical vessel, so what I suppose to write? I suppose to write Px plus Py plus Pz which is equal to 3P, I can write. Yes or no? Because P equal to P we have, right? So now that is nothing but what I can write, P which is equal to, I can write, that is 1 by 3 of this value, that is nothing but Px plus Py plus this. So what is the common I can take? I can take the common as, that is N into M of Vx plus Vy plus Vz whole square bar I can take. Yes or no? Well, so if I take this as a things, so altogether Vx square plus Vy square plus Vz square can be taken as general, that is nothing but P which is equal to 1 by 3 N into M into V square bar. As a general formula I can take this equation. So this is the expression we can expect over here. And one more thing we can expect, that is nothing but where Nm which indicates that the total number or the mass of the molecule, the total mass of the molecules can be taken as, there is a total mass of it is nothing but the total mass per unit volume. So if it is so, what I can write, this Nm can be replaced by P which is equal to 1 by 3 the mass per unit volume into V square bar, and mass per unit volume can be taken as a what? Density. So this is one more relation, that is the P which is equal to 1 by 3 rho into V square bar. So this is the one thing we can expect with the three different forms, where N, M which indicates the total mass per unit volume and of the molecules, and similarly mass per volume if I write, I can take it as what? Rho over here, rho which is nothing but a density. So this is the equation what we can expect, especially somewhat like this. Are you getting? Well, so this is all things which we have done so far, and the next case we are supposed to get the basic relation between the temperature with respect to the pressure as well as volume, all those things. Kinetic energy as well as the temperature. We'll see the basic understanding by having this relation. Okay? Well. And we'll see the one more concept, that is the kinetic theory and basic relation between what could be the kinetic energy and temperature. Well, we have got just now, that is nothing but one expression we have got, that is nothing but the total pressure in the total pressure of an ideal gas in a particular vessel. So that was like the pressure is equal to 1 by 3, that is the mass per unit volume into V square bar. This was the relation we have got. Well, now if I shift this V to the other side, what I can expect? That is nothing but PV is equal to, that is 1 by 3 mv square bar. Yes or no? So this expression we can expect over here. And now for 1 mole of ideal gas, right, for 1 mole of, that is ideal gas, what I can write? I can write PV is equal to nRT. For 1 mole of the gas, PV is equal to RT. So PV can be replaced by what over here? It is nothing but RT. RT is equal to what I can write? That is as simple as, that is 1 by 3 mv square bar I can write. That is M, capital letter M. Now if I divide by 2 by 2 over here, will it make a difference? No. So I can write, this is like if I multiply 2 by 2, what I can write? I can write, that is 3RT divided by 2 or 3 by 2 RT, which is equal to 1 by 2 mv square bar. I can write somewhat like this, correct? So by having this idea in the equation, now what I do here is that I divide both the side divided by Avogadro number. By taking this as the equation star equation, I divide both the side as Avogadro number. So what I can write? 3 by 2, that is R by Na into T, which is equal to, what I can write over here? That is nothing but the half M by Na into V square bar I can write, correct? As. So if it is so, hope you have remembered the things which are discussed in our first class, that is R by Na can be taken as Boltzmann constant. That is nothing but 3 by 2, that is a Kb into T is equal to, that is 1 by 2, I can take it as M into V square R. That is nothing but M, which indicates mass of the molecules. Okay? So don't you think it looks like half mv square? It's nothing but kinetic energy, and your kinetic energy is directly proportional to temperature. And one of the postulate we have discussed in our first hour now of our first class, that is nothing but as the temperature increases, number of molecules inside the vessel is also increases. Means velocity of the molecule increases as the temperature increases. Which means if velocity increases, obviously kinetic energy increases. If there is an increase in kinetic energy, since your temperature is directly proportional, by using this mathematical relation, I can expect as the temperature increases, kinetic energy is also increases. So this is a mathematically which is proved only. Always remember this relation, the basic relation which is between kinetic energy as well as temperature. Well, we'll see one more relation, that is the root mean square velocity. So basically your root mean square velocity, it says that is nothing but, we can also call it as an RMS velocity. That is nothing but VRMS, or this is the representation we can do in terms of velocity. That is the root mean square velocity. We'll see what exactly the root mean square velocity or RMS velocity. Well, so it is by definition what it says, that it is the square root of mean of squares of the velocity of the individual molecule. In a sense, we can take, in generally, there are each molecule which can have a different velocity. Now, if I say VRMS, which is equal to, it is square root of mean of square of velocity of an individual molecule up to Vn. So this is the basic formula which says the square root of mean of square of velocity of individual molecule. So it is a general case, but the formula which we have got just now based on that particular relation, we can write it like the things which we have got in terms of pressure of ideal gas in a vessel, that is nothing but we have got P which is equal to, that is 1 by 3 m by v into v square bar can be taken as Vrms square. Are you getting? So if it is so, with respect to Vrms, what we can write over here? This can be taken as, that is Vrms is equal to the square root of, you bring this, that is a PV divided by what we can write, or 3PV divided by m I can write. So this is one more relation we can expect. And similarly, with respect to Vrms, I can take it as Vrms which is equal to square root of, one more relation I can take, that is mass by volume can be taken as rho, but here we have V by m can be taken as 3P divided by rho. This is one more relation I can expect in terms of RMS velocity. Yes or no? Yes. And also we have taken it as, it is 1 by 2 m, that is the things which are taken, that is 1 by Vrms whole square which is equal to what we got, that is a 3 by 2 RT, 3 by 2 RT. So now with respect to Vrms, what we can take? With respect to Vrms, Vrms can be taken as 2 will get cancelled. We can write 3RT divided by m, also I can take with the square root. So this is one more relation I can take. So this is a basic relation we can take in terms of your Vrms value, and also we can take in terms of, that is Vrms is equal to square root of 3kBt divided by m, also we can take. This is with respect to Boltzmann constant relation. Also this is the mass of the molecules, and with Vrms we can call it as the square root of mean of square of the velocity of the individual molecules, or individual velocity, or individual particle. So these are the different forms of RMS value of velocity we can expect. Okay, well. Well, we have a numerical which is there on the board. We can expect, you have gone through it. Estimate the root mean square, which means estimate the RMS value of velocity or speed of a particle in a liquid if the mass of the particle is around 10 to the power minus 6 kg and the temperature of the liquid is 27 degrees Celsius. What is the formula we can expect? That is Vrms which is equal to square root of 3 kb into T divided by m. What is the Boltzmann constant we can expect? That is 3 into 1.38 into 10 to the power minus 23 into what the temperature 27 plus 273 is 300 divided by mass of the particle 10 to the power minus 6. Altogether Vrms value can be, to substitute these values we can expect around 1.11 into 10 to the power minus 7 meter per second. Why meter per second? It is the RMS velocity. So similarly we can expect average velocity as well. How to get average velocity? If you have 4 different values of velocity, then divided by 4. If you have 3 different velocity, divided by 3. This is the way of getting the average velocity. But think about RMS velocity. Based on the hints which is given in a particular question, we are supposed to get whether it is If they are given value of density, we have to go with the density relation with respect to RMS value. If they are given volume and mass of the molecules, then we have to go with the square root of 3 Pv divided by m. So like that, based on the hints, we supposed to check which is a suitable equation for a particular answer. So for this particular case, I have taken VRMS which is equal to square root of 3 Kb divided by T, because T was given, M was given. That's why. Understood? Well. Thank you very much. We'll see you in the next class.